Hi and welcome to Jagee's Cookbook, your favorite cook show. And I'm ready for a fantastic episode for all of you because I'm going to show you your favorite food, that is the pizza. Now, the pizza has, its origins it's a major controversy. There's a major controversy about the origin of pizza. Now, some say it's Greek. It comes from, or the Greek are the ones who started it. Greek are the ones who started it. Some say it's from Rome, some from Italy. Mostly they say it from Italy. But what I know is that pizza comes, or the word pizza comes from the word pica, P-I-K-A. Now, pica means magpie in Roman language. Now, I have shown you a very, very healthy pizza very long ago, which has a crust of whole wheat and oats and all sorts of good stuff. And I think it was spinach and everything. Now, this time, I'm going to show a very easy pizza. Now, usually, pizza base is made with yeast. And what you have to do is you mix the actual dough and you keep it for at least 2 to 3 hours so that it doubles in size. You wait for that and then you actually roll it into a pizza base, and then you have to wait again for another 30 minutes to ferment and to raise. Now, here in this version I'm going to show, there is no waiting. There is no fermentation, no yeast, no nothing. Very simple. I'm going to show you a very simple pizza, the pizza dough, pizza base, which, usually people buy the pizza base. Now, I'm not a person who likes to buy things. I like to make it, and I'm going to show you, a pizza base, which is half whole wheat and half all-purpose flour. So now you can use full all-purpose flour if you want to, but I want to show a healthy type of pizza base. So here I've got 175 grams of whole wheat flour and 175 grams of all-purpose flour, half and half. Now you can take 300 grams of all-purpose flour altogether, but here I've opted for the healthy option. Now you can again make it more healthier by playing around with the 300 figure. That is, altogether you need 300, and you can vary the all-purpose flour and the whole wheat percentage according to your liking. Now this is half and half. Now here, what I am going to do here is I have to put around 3 teaspoons of baking powder, no yeast in this one, level spoon of baking powder, now for this pizza dough, that is the easy method, I have out here 175 grams of whole wheat and 175 grams of all-purpose flour. With this, I've got 3 teaspoons of baking powder. Now, altogether, you need 350. With that, you can play around. You can put how much ever percentage of whole wheat or all-purpose flour. Now, I've used half and half. You can use quarter and 3/4. It's all up to you. Here I've used half and half, or if you don't mind, you can use the whole thing, 350 grams of all-purpose flour. Now what I have to do here is I have to sift this so that everything, all the ingredients, the dry ingredients get dispersed and mixed uniformly. So what you need for that is I'm going to sift it on a baking paper or a butter paper sort of thing, and any paper which is clean. I'm going to sift it, and then I'm going to mix all the wet ingredients, that is the milk and a quarter cup of oil, any type of oil, not coconut oil, any flavorless oil or olive oil, not extra virgin, just the normal olive oil. Okay. Now, this measurement, okay, the 350 grams measurement is for 2 pizza bases. It's not for one, it's for 2 pizza bases. So you can actually make, or you can assemble 2 pizzas, and one you can refrigerate it, and the other one you can use it. It's all up to you. Or if you're having a lot of people to feed, make 2 pizzas. Okay, so I'm just going to sift one more time. Sifting, the beauty of sifting is that it makes the flour more lighter, and also it, like I said, it uniformly disperses all the dry ingredients together, especially the leavening, the baking powder, the leavening agents. Okay. Okay, so this is enough. Keep this out of the way, we don't need this. And it's time for mixing everything. The good thing is that it doesn't require any waiting, no fermenting, no fast, nothing. Just mix everything and bake it. Simple, simple, simple. Okay, now to this we need, well, around half a teaspoon of salt. Okay, don't put too much, just half a teaspoon. And mix everything together. Okay, once that's mixed, we need, now you can use butter, okay, unsalted or salted butter. If you're using salted butter, avoid the salt. If you're using butter, you can use 50 grams of butter and rub it. Rub the flour and the butter between the pads of your fingers and your thumb so that it resembles breadcrumbs, and then you can make the actual dough by putting in the liquid ingredients. But here I've opted for using oil, that is canola oil, and I'm using around quarter cup of canola oil. This is to give the softness for the pizza base. Now, mix everything up, and we have to add enough milk, or milk plus water, or even water. If you know, it's all up to you. Preference is all up to you. Now, if you're giving it to children, which children love pizzas, children absolutely love. This is a good way of feeding vegetables because you can put all sorts of vegetables, just like the magpie, and you can make them eat the vegetables which they usually wouldn't eat otherwise. So mix everything together, and either milk or water, or milk plus water, half-half. So we're going to mix in, and we need to make a dough. Now obviously I need to use my hands to mix everything together. So let me. Meanwhile, if you've noticed, I have preheated the oven around 190 degrees centigrade, because you don't need to wait for long. Now here I have to keep on pouring till you get a sort of chapati dough sort of thing, yeah. Now, like I said, the pizza dough for the base is done. No, you don't have to wait, no waiting, no fermenting, no nothing. I'm going straight into making the base. Now, I'm going to use this piece of granite for actually rolling my pizza base, and this is my way of doing it. Now, the granite block has been covered with the cling film. All I have to do is I need to roll this. Like I said, it's for 2 base. You can make it as one full big base. It's all up to you. Okay, so I'm going to take, actually I need to roll this, okay, and I am going to just break this into 2 pieces, and I need to just knead this once more. Like I said, my oven has been preheating for around, well, 10 minutes, and it's 190 degrees. Okay, 190. Now, very, very gently, I'm going to make a pan pizza, so I'm going to make actually a thick base. Now, like I said, if you want a big pizza, you can actually use both 350, the whole dough, and use make a big pizza. But I prefer to make 2 pizzas, so it's a medium type of pizza. It's all up to your requirement. If you have a big family, I suppose you would need the whole thing. Okay, when you roll, always be careful to do light strokes. Don't, press it with all your muscle and you show your muscle power on that. No, do it light, delicate, and treat it with respect. Okay, this is good arm workout. You've got heavy arms like mine. Okay, now this is around about done. Now we're not going to, we're not going for a competition to make it as shapely as possible. This is homemade pizza. Okay, now I think that's more or less okay. Now what I need is, well, you need a pizza pan or any round thing to actually bake the pizza. I bake the pizza for, well, around 10 minutes, just to give it a sort of firmness, and then I top my ingredients. I don't, straight away put the ingredients and then bake it. I don't know, I like it that way. Now you can do it any way you want. Okay, now what I do is, this is like a sort of cake stand, and I cover this with foil. Okay, so now what I have to do a little bit of, now what I have to do here is you can make the the edges a bit more prettier. Okay, all you have to do is just pinch it up. I mean, this is, you don't have to do it, but I just do it to, just to make it a little more prettier, that's all. You can actually make a lip if you want to. That is, pinch it again. Okay, now carefully, very carefully, transfer this onto the prepared. Okay, now let's go and let's transfer this to the oven for around 10 minutes. 190 till well, it's firm. The base is the top part is firm, so that it would be ready and inviting for the topping. Okay, so we're going to now start off with the topping. While that's baking in the oven, we'll start off with the topping. Now, I'm going to start making the pizza sauce. Once the pizza sauce is made and the pizza sauce is actually put on or spread on the actual pizza base, or you put the toppings, or all you have to do is put the toppings and then bake it again. Now, I'm going to use my chopper And I'm going to make the pizza sauce first. And now what we have to do is we chop the onions for the pizza sauce. Okay, I'm going to use the chopper, otherwise if I chop it by hand I am going to cry here because this really stings my eyes. I have big problems with onions, big problems, major problems. I'm going to chop this. And along with this, I'm going to chop around, well, 3 to 4 pieces of cloves of garlic. Okay, now what you have to do is start making the pizza sauce. You need some oil, canola oil, any oil which is flavorless. You need, so that it doesn't stick, and let it be soft. Okay, don't let it brown, let it soften. Okay, now I have to check on my pizza base, so come on, let's, yeah, this is okay. Now all I need is, like, you know, it to firm properly. That's all I need. This is ready, like, you know, the base is ready to receive the toppings. So we'll just keep this out here. We'll make our pizza sauce and then we'll spread it on the pizza base. While that's going on, now here I've got, I've already blanched 400 grams of tomatoes, ripe tomatoes, okay? 400 grams of tomatoes I have blanched and I have cut into pieces, okay? This makes it easier to cook. And I also have around 2 to 3 tablespoons of tomato puree. Now you can use tomato puree or ketchup. All depends upon what you have at home. So let this sweat in the oil. Okay, while that's going on, I'll show you the ingredients, what all we need for the topping. We need, well, I'm going to put some mushrooms. This has been, well, steamed a little bit. Black olives, which I love for pizza. And bell peppers or capsicum, red and green, to give it color. Also, we need some mozzarella cheese, okay, which I have grated out here. And, well, I've got some pepperoni. This is, well, pepperoni, mushrooms, everything together. You can put whatever you like. Like I said, it's like, you know, the magpie, which actually you know, gathers all kinds of bits and pieces and puts it in its nest. Something like that we're doing. This is going on fine. Okay, lovely. Now this just has to become soft and, well, translucent. For this particular thing, we need 1 teaspoon of oregano and, well, 1/4 teaspoon of basil, 1/4 teaspoon of thyme, and a 1/4 teaspoon of, well, oregano. Now, all this together, or you can, you know, just add 1 teaspoon of pizza seasoning and 1 teaspoon of oregano. Now, this is more or less done. All we have to do is just put in the blanched tomatoes, okay? Now, I don't know whether I mentioned, yes, these have been blanched, they've been skinned, okay? So once tomatoes are blanched, it's very easy to skin them, take out the skins. And once that is done, all you have to do is chop it. So this is around 400 grams. For 1 medium onion. This is 400 grams of blanched tomatoes. Okay, and let this merge everything together. And with that, add around 3 tablespoons of tomato puree. Now, like I said, you can use 2 to 3 tablespoons of tomato ketchup too. Now I've shifted from this burner to this so that, you know, the whole thing won't come to my face, because it was actually irritating my eyes and face. Now this has to be reduced. It's making lots of noise. This has to be reduced to a sauce, okay, to a thick sauce, pizza sauce. We need 1 teaspoon of oregano. For this measurement, we need 1 teaspoon of oregano. Oregano is a very famous Italian seasoning. And here I'm going to use pizza seasoning. Now, like I said, if you don't have pizza seasoning, you can actually add 1/4 teaspoon of basil, thyme, and oregano each. Okay, so this is 1 teaspoon. And we mix everything together. Check your seasonings, and you can either add, you know, well, paprika according to your taste. I'm going to add a little bit of pepper, okay, for the spice factor. Now, like I said, now this quantity will easily be there for 2 pizza bases. I'm just going to make 1, so I'll need probably only half of it. Okay, now that's done. Check for your seasonings. Okay, now like I said, the base is, you know, more or less it's you know, firm. It's ready to actually receive the sauce. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take a little bit of sauce and spread it on this. And spread it to the edges. Not all the way you know, around, and don't make it a mess. Lovely. Now what we do is we add the mozzarella, just a bit. The mozzarella, just a bit. Now we can put all the toppings, whatever you want. Okay, and you can add olives. Olives are something I love on a pizza. Typical Italian. Mushrooms, which again I told you have been steamed. It's all according to how much you want. Or if you don't like mushrooms, don't. All according to what you really want. Okay, and let's put some green bell peppers and red. Okay, and then pepperoni. Again, if you are a non-veg, you can add pepperoni or sausage, whatever you want. Chicken, cooked chicken, or beef. We have to top it again with mozzarella. And then what we do is we have to put this in the oven so that it bakes for around, well, 20-25 minutes, so that the whole thing bakes well and it merges, all the flavors merge together. Okay, so I'll need to keep this around 20 minutes in 190 degrees, and this will be done waiting, bubbling. The mozzarella cheese will be nice and bubbling and melted. Wonderful and totally fabulous. This can be eaten along with a lovely salad. Okay, it's been nearly, well, around 20 to 25 minutes, and you can know as soon as the cheese or the top has melted and it's lightly, brown, very lightly brown, golden. I'll show you. Take the whole thing out. Oh, it's lovely. And carefully, you can notice everything is covered with the pizza thing, and let it cool. For God's sake, let it cool before you actually dig in, because if you dig in, it would really burn your mouth. It's very, very hot. So once it's done, okay, you can eat it with your salad. No, absolutely, you have no need to go to Pizza Hut or Domino's or anywhere. Your pizza, tasty and nutritious pizza, can be made at home according to what you like. Clean and safe. So you make this pizza and enjoy.